Hey, SuperUser, do you want to give your Salesforce career a super boost? Let me introduce you to a dream job secret weapon, a game changer that industry leaders can't stop talking about. Meet OmniStudio. It's not just another tool, it's a revolution tailored for the future of digital customer experiences. Imagine having the power to craft digital-first experiences meticulously tailored to any industry. That's OmniStudio, bridging gaps, streamlining processes, and putting industry leaders at the forefront of innovation. If you're a Salesforce administrator, the skills you've already honed lay a fantastic foundation because OmniStudio builds on those declarative skills, enabling you to elevate your expertise and become a sought-after asset in the Salesforce ecosystem. This video overview, think of it as your sneak peek into the magic of OmniStudio. We'll unravel how simple and intuitive it is to master this tool, ensuring you're equipped to stand out among the rest. And for those keen on diving deeper, I've got something special for you. A comprehensive study guide designed to bolster your OmniStudio prowess, and yes, it's absolutely free. It will prepare you for your certification and help you land your dream job. Just leave a comment below or fill out the form in the description and it's all yours. So, are you ready to discover how OmniStudio can redefine your Salesforce journey and put you on the map as an industry leader? Well, dive in, watch the video, leave a comment, like, share, and all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the Ohana.
Hi everyone, my name is Peter Thorson. I lead the OmniStudio product team within Salesforce Industries. OmniStudio was developed by Velocity as a digital engagement layer that unifies Salesforce and other systems. It enables our customers to transform their business by simultaneously moving work to the digital channel and replacing multi-person transactions with straight-through processing. OmniStudio empowers consumers and partners to do more for themselves. It enables agents to focus on their customer rather than their computer, and it's all available today. The UI layer has two primary components, cards and OmniScripts. Data Raptors and integration procedures are the primary data services. Other supporting features that round out OmniStudio include the Interaction Console, Omni Analytics, IDX Workbench, and the Project Explorer. Let's take a look at the primary components and some examples of how they work together. OmniStudio cards combine information about customers, assets, and other records with contextual actions. Cards can present data from a SQL query, an Apex class, a REST API, and other sources. Cards can also have different states, allowing administrators to set up alternative layouts based on the type or status of the information displayed. Here I'm looking at the policyholder portal for insurance. OmniStudio cards are being used to render the list of policies shown here. You can see that they've been styled to match the overall theme of the site. Depending on the type of policy, e.g. home insurance versus boat insurance, I see either an icon for a house or a boat. This conditional display behavior is driven by the expression-based states within the card. Cards often have links for initiating actions related to their subject. In this example, the actions are contained within a drop-down menu that shows ways in which a user might interact with a policy. Historically, cards have been dependent on templates to control their layout and style. The newest generation of the feature, called Flex Cards, eliminates this dependency. It supports complete WYSIWYG configuration. Here I have an example of a Flex Card that shows information about a customer's profile, including the current local time and weather where they live. Administrators drag, drop, position, and resize fields, formatted text, images, icons, buttons, links, charts, tables, and custom Lightning Web components onto a Flex Card canvas. They can attach web elements to globally managed styles or modify the font, borders, color, padding, margins, and other attributes directly in the designer for immediate preview. FlexCard action elements can be configured to execute a variety of different functions, such as executing an OmniScript in a modal window or navigating a user to a record. FlexCards are also fully responsive, enabling your site to work seamlessly on a mobile device. They can be deployed in an external content management system such as Adobe Experience Manager or inside a custom web container like Heroku. They're part of a true omni-channel capability. OmniScripts are often launched from a card. They provide a consumer-grade guided user experience. They read and write data not just from Salesforce, but also from external microservices. OmniScripts may be used to assess customer needs, check credit scores, generate quotes, place orders, or file claims, all without code. Both OmniScripts and cards are instrumented to gather clickstream data for continuous usability improvement. That data can be stored and analyzed inside of Salesforce or streamed to Google or Adobe Analytics. Go back to our policyholder portal. The cards at the bottom of the page show offers from Einstein Next Best Action. When I click on the auto insurance offer, it opens in OmniScript. I'm logged in as a customer named Sophia Fournier, so the first step is pre-filled with existing information about her. As I click between the steps and on the elements within them, the OmniScript delivers a smooth, responsive experience by re-rendering in place. Drop-downs within the page can pull data from Salesforce or external APIs. For example, when I select the year, make, and model of the automobile, the pick list values are populated from a Kelley Blue Book REST API. Let's turn to the configuration experience. I can compose an OmniScript by dragging one of over 30 elements from the palette onto the canvas. Action elements include those that pre-fill data, save user inputs, generate documents, send emails, and more. UI elements include formulas, web controls, and even custom components. Rearrange and resize fields, add labels, and set other properties using a what you see is what you get visual editor. In this example, I have a UI step that includes the insurance applicant's birthday and how old they were when they received a driver's license. Let's say I want a formula that computes the number of years that they've been driving. I can grab it in my palette, drag it into the canvas, position it where I want it to go, select it here, grab the edge and resize it so that it's the right width. And then I can set other properties such as the label in the properties window on the right. If I need help with the syntax, I can click on a question mark icon next to a property within the designer. This opens an inline help window that includes an explanation of the feature and examples of how to configure it. The formula editor itself includes type-ahead syntax support for combining variables and functions. I can preview my work as it will appear in a desktop, tablet, or mobile form factor. The previewer also supports a debugger that shows how the data behind the scenes changes from one step to the next. I can see data fetched by actions or typed in by the user as the OmniScript progresses. Here I can see that as I type in Sophia's name into the form, I will see the same values appear over on the right in the debugger. And the platform device dropdown lets me look at this as it will appear in different form factors. Activating an OmniScript generates a Lightning Web component that can be deployed anywhere. OmniScripts can also be compiled into W3 compliant web components for use inside of Heroku, Adobe Experience Manager, etc. Integration procedures and data raptors deliver data to and from our UI components. They orchestrate calls to the industry Apex classes, calculation engines, and external APIs to execute whatever business logic is required by the process. The customer profile card we looked at earlier is powered by this integration procedure. The designer provides an administrator-friendly, click-based editor with many of the features of a programming language. Integration procedures are composed by dragging and dropping steps from this palette into an ordered flow. Steps can be executed conditionally, asynchronously, or cached for performance. Administrators can handle errors with try-catch blocks and custom messages. This example starts with a data raptor that pulls the customer record from the account object. Here's the definition of the data raptor. I can filter the results by input variables such as an account ID. I can add formulas that perform string, date, or mathematical operations on each record return, or that sum, count, or average values from a list of records. I can control the exact shape of the output by mapping the account data into whatever JSON structure is easiest to consume. I can preview some sample data here by providing values for the filter variables, in this case the account ID. My integration procedure also includes callouts to two separate REST APIs for getting the customer's local weather and time based on their zip code. The weather API is a simple HTTP GET. You can see where I've added the account zip code fetched by the previous step as a parameter between these % characters. This endpoint uses an API key passed on the URL. I could also provide a Salesforce credential or send other values in the header using these parameters. We saw how the first data raptor extracts data from the account object. These others do transformations. The last one filters out some of the extraneous details from the API responses and summarizes the combined output into a shape that's easy for my card to read. Here's the final result in the Preview tab, run with the sample account ID. It includes data from the account object and 2 separate APIs. Data raptors and integration procedures are flexible and fast. They enable administrators to develop OmniScripts and cards around the desired user experience rather than the data model. In conclusion, we've just seen how OmniStudio enables straight-through processing in the digital channel with guided, branded user experiences and no-code API consumption.